So hey guys, and welcome to AMZ's Corner. Today we got this riced out little Honda Civic SI here. Paul's also here today, and he's throwing a timing belt in this other Civic that he picked up. The timing belt broke on the road, and one of the valves hit the piston in number 4 cylinder. So he's crossing his fingers about throwing a belt into it, and it's going to run and hopefully didn't really do any damage to the valves. 50-50 on that. But we picked this thing up. This was actually a customer's car for a long time. About a year and a half ago, I had to put a tranny in it. He blew the tranny, blew the differential right apart, and spit the diff out on the ground. So I put a tranny in it a year and a half ago. This also had really lowered springs on it. This thing was right on the ground, and this was his daily driver. If you're going to lower and do all sorts of stuff to a car, you have to drive 4 seasons here in New England. Now, it better be a truck, you know. Looks like someone took and smoothed in all the rocker covers and all that. Usually it's an extra piece. These are aftermarket flared out ones, and there should be a body gap right here, but they smoothed it with Bondo, which looks good on like a show car or something custom. But what happens after a while, you know, you bottom out and things crack, and that's what we have here. This side's not too bad. This had another bumper on it, but he smashed it, and then we found him this bumper. This being an SI, these body panels are different than a normal Civic. This is an 02, I think that's an 01, I want to say. But you can kind of see the differences on the two cars. They're nothing really alike. So this bumper was really tough to get a hold of, and it looks like he did something. I don't know. So we got to find another one of those. This has the 2-liter in it. Real peppy car. Really, really tight feeling. Kind of too tight for winter driving and stuff, but it is what it is. And we come over here, we'll see this side's a lot worse off. In this yellow, I don't know, the color scheme's kind of, and it's painted. The yellow's painted on with like a black pinstripe. So you'd have to repaint pretty much the whole car to do it white or something. So I guess that's not that bad. I don't know what we're going to do with this car. This all needs to be repaired. To find the original side skirts and do all the work is just too much, so you probably just fix up what we have here. And then, you know, the rear bumper, same thing. This is where the body gap is normally. This was all smoothed over. You know, one little tap, but it's like somebody in a parking lot hit it, and it busts all that smoothness apart, and then you know. And then the rear bumper, yeah, tough. Now, this car also came in here with the no muffler on it. And there it is there. Big old fart can. Awesome. What the fuck happened up there? Oh well. But this is kind of what happens to your little performance cars. See, as you see over here, it's cracked where that body gap should be, which, you know, something you got to consider when you build one of these cars, that as they get older, they get harder to take care of. Stuff, you know, what would normally be on a... Let me put that down. What would normally not be a big deal to fix can, you know, be a big deal to fix. Now these have this tight interior. Nice, nice grippy wheel. I don't know who made these. I think it was maybe Momo made them. I don't remember. I remember when I used to work at Honda, I knew all that. Probably the weakest thing on these cars was the 3rd gear synchros like to burn out on them. So let me get this in. Let me get this up in the air. We'll we'll take a look under it. So hold on a moment. Alright, well, we got this Civic SI up in the air here, as you can tell, and looking around under it, it's really not in bad shape. You know, usually we get a lot of rot in the rockers, but not a speck of rot on this car anywhere. Kind of didn't expect that. You know, everything's in good shape. The chassis, that is. You know, all those custom body stuff is just falling and hanging off. You know, that's what you got to remember. Sometimes making a performance car can hurt you in the long run. You can see that exhaust. That's probably the rustiest thing on there, is this aftermarket pipe put on to fit their fart can. You know, rubber's alright, chassis alright, doesn't look like it's ever been really hit. Just the cosmetic plastic bumper cover and stuff. You know, the subframe's all in good shape, doesn't look like it's ever been high-sided on anything, you know, other than the scraping you get on the tow hooks and all that. You know, we know this transmission's good. We know that's good. I did that about 15,000 miles ago, and I put a new clutch in it. We actually put an Excetti clutch in it. That's the clutch that's in this car is where those stickers come from. Yeah, that's Josh over there trying to hammer a drum off his own truck. Sounds like you got it. It's got some decent Koenig wheels on it, you know, not too beat up. You know, none of them are really rashed hard, just corroded, but a little bit of sanded and some paint would bring that back. So, I don't know what we're gonna do with this car. Kind of expecting it to be a little more thrashed under here. You know, I figured there'd be a little bit of rust and some crash damage and stuff, but all these spots you gotta look for all are pretty clean. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll get this thing down, and we'll get to that part. We'll get it outside, and we'll get a jump. We'll do a jump in this car. How's that? We'll jump it. Maybe that's what the title will be. Jumping an 02 Honda Civic. Alright, so yeah. Let me get this thing down, let me get this thing going, and see you in a moment. So, yeah, here it is. It's a little rough around the edges, you know, but the structure of the car is all there. Interior is not completely destroyed. So I'm going to have to make some calls, figure out how much the new bumper cover. I want to say it's like $200. So that plus paint, and then fixing all these cracked skirts. You know, this side's a breeze. This side's not so bad. Even that rear bumper's not so bad. That could probably go again. Probably the worst spot on the car is this dent, getting that out. So the trouble is, though, is all that adds up. All that adds up. Then you add the exhaust it needs. The brakes are pretty worn out. You know, you add everything up, and it kind of got a question mark on what to do with this car. Well, let's start it up. See how it runs. If it will start. Let's see what it's going to do. And, you know, nice snowbank over there. Yeah. Oh yeah. That ain't gonna happen. Well, let's get to the jump. Did I hit it? Go. There's the drop. There it is. That's tough to do one-handed. So That's more like it. Yeah, revvers. Does like to rev. Let me just drop this box out of the way here. Well, there it is. Yeah. Let's go around the lot in it. Well, the maintenance required light's on. You ain't kidding, brother. You ain't kidding. Oh, listen to those brakes. Listen to those brakes. Yeah, peppy little fun cars to drive, though. Oh, the brakes are horrible. Nice and tight suspension. A little scrubby on those tires, but not too bad, not too bad. Now, here we are going through Corey Motors side. We're not actually affiliated, we just share a wall with the dealership there. Fun little car to drive. Do another lap. Don't beat on it too much. But I don't really hear a lot of creaks and popping from the suspension. Just those brakes. I think all in all, this might actually be a savable one. I mean, this is a really bumpy lot we got over here. They got over here at Corey, but you know, I don't hear anything in the car. Well, I'll park this thing out front for no particular reason. Tight like a tiger. Tight like a tiger. There it is. Well, guys, there you have it. Civic SI. So, guys, until next time, we'll see if we can keep this one out of the cabbage.